who have come from very, very diverse places. North Hempstead, we have Staten Island, we have lots of other very, very disparate communities. And the fact that you have come, that you are not my constituents, that you come out of your, in support of myself and SAPAC, I am very, very grateful to each and every one of you. I have an elected official here. We have Assemblyman Tom McKevitt, who is here as well, from the town of Hempstead. Represents the East Meadow, Levittown, what other? Massapequa, Garden City, and various other communities in Albany. He's a wonderful young legislator, and we're delighted to have him here. There's so many other people here. Michael Venditto here. Michael Venditto for all of us Long Islanders. And we're actually at first in the town of Oyster Bay here. Of course, his wonderful dad, John Venditto, is a very, very wonderful supervisor of the town of Hempstead, town of Oyster Bay as well. So yeah, I'm all about Hempstead. Thank you, Michael, for joining us. And again, this is a wonderful organization, and what Anusha was saying, and my goodness, all I could say is every single time Anusha gets so much older than her, she'll never run against me because I'll be out by the time she becomes president. Right? Thank you, Anusha. You're a wonderful, wonderful representative of our youth, and my goodness, I feel very, very comfortable as an older American at this point when I see Anusha and being so talented. As I say, can we say the next American, the first woman president? Maybe. Anusha, but again, on this dreary afternoon, you have very much warmed my heart. I take my job as supervisor very, very seriously, and when people say I'm a politician, I say, more appropriately, I'd like to be considered a public servant. I'm here to serve you along with my wonderful colleagues on the town board. We know that first and foremost, we are here because of the support, because of the job that we do, because of the services that we provide to our residents, our constituents. And as long as we do that in a good way, praise God, we will continue to be reelected. But the bottom line is we're here to serve. We are here to bring together all the different communities that are emerging, that have been here for generations and generations, and for the newest, right to the newest residents. We want everybody to feel like they are part of the town of Hempstead government, that they have a stake in our government, and that they have a full voice in the town of Hempstead government. That's what I try to do each and every day, and I hope that that is conveyed to all the different emerging communities within the town of Hempstead, because that's what we're all about. We're an inclusive home, where our family is expanding, and we want to make sure that every single person feels a full part of our government. That's what we're here for, that's what we're here to serve. And I just want to thank each and every one of you once again for your wonderful support, for your wonderful friendship, and to Saeed and his family. Thank you so much for your tremendous support. Thank you, everybody. God bless you. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you, Supervisor Kate Murray. Now, I just want to bring up something that Supervisor mentioned. She said that there's a lot of diversity in the room, but there are also a lot of women in the room today. And Supervisor Kate Murray, I just want to tell you that there's something with their South Asian women. I'm not sure exactly why, but for some reason they prefer staying home with the children instead of going out partying like I do. But there are a lot of women here today. I'm really happy about that. So a round of applause for all the women who are here today. And again, if you women are looking for a great role model, I definitely recommend Supervisor Kate Murray, because she's definitely my role model as well. Now, our next speaker today is the chairman of the Human Rights Commission of Nassau County. He's also the president of SAPAC, and he's also my dad. And I can tell that he works really hard, and he also worked really hard for this event. So I'd like to ask you all to join me in welcoming Mr. Zahid Syed.
Thank you, Mr. Good job. And how can I forget my family? My family and my brothers, thank you so much to put this program together. And I also like to thank Dr. Kamal Zafar, who owns this Antun, and I recommend everybody to use the Antun because he's a good supporter. Somehow he could not make it, but we still want to say thank you to him. And I like to recognize some of our officials also who are here. Actually, this was a little different. Chandi is supposed to come and welcome people, but he invited Supervisor Kate Murray. So after that, it should be Supervisor Murray, but I'll recognize again Supervisor Kate Murray, Assemblyman Thomas McEwan, our Council General Mr. Torres from El Salvador, our first Asian Judge for Nassau County, Mr. Adnan Munawar. I saw he was here. And Habib Ahmed, he's the Commissioner for Human Rights Commission. Dr. Krishna Kumar, Nassau Community Medical Center. Ray Thomas, Director of County Development. Thank you, Ray. And my good friend Herb Flores, Director of Minority Affairs. And Mr. Mike Mundito from Town of Hempstead, Attorney Office. Well, I want to say a few words about my supervisor, Kate Murray also. Since I'm working with the supervisor, I can tell you the truth that I'm active in the community, politics and labor from 20 years. And I have been with so many elected officials. Work with them on the community issues, work with them on political, labor, different things. But I'm not saying that just because she's my boss. Believe me that she is the woman who loves South Asian community and does a wonderful job for our community. And today you can see like a lot of people. Supervisor, this is also that you can see the South Asian community and other communities also who are supporting our community to be here for you on Sunday night with this rain. So it means they really love you also. So thank you so much. I really want to say thank you so much for what you do for our community and beyond that to Nassau County or Town of Hempstead, but you do a wonderful job and we are really glad to have such a good supervisor. And one day we want to see you up there. My dream to see you there somewhere like Secretary of State. So I guess this is it, and my notes are finished. I'm not a good speaker, so I will take back. And I just want to say thank you again for everybody to be here for this day, and thank you so much to be here. And Anusha, thank you again.
Something that Mr. Sayed mentioned, that feels weird, but something that he mentioned was that there are so many elected officials in this room today. Now, I don't know why, but for some reason, our South Asian American community, I guess they feel intimidated or they just don't want to join the drama of politics. But honestly, politics is everywhere, from your garbage disposal to your schools to all the big decisions being made in Washington. And you are affected by it and you're involved. Well, it's your choice if you want to be more out there involved, but either way, you're still involved some way or another. So by being here today, you're all showing me that you want to be somewhat involved in our political system, and I'm really glad to see that. And I know that our South Asian American community is educated, they have amazing ideas, and I'd really like to see more of you out there. And a lot of the people who are elected officials were mentioned, they were also South Asian, so I'm really happy that we have so many people being involved, and the diversity of America is really being shown. So I'm so glad that you're all here today. And speaking of elected officials, our next speaker is the Assemblyman of the 17th District. He's also a really active member in our community. He is my neighbor, luckily enough, and I always see him walking down the street with his children, and I really don't know how he does it. He has kids, and he's traveling from Albany, like 3 days a week. And I know my mom was always saying, "Your dad's never home, I never get to see him." And I say, imagine if he was in Albany for 3 or 4 days a week. So I'm so happy that he took his time out to come here today. So please join me in welcoming our Assemblyman, Thomas McEwan.
Thank you, Anusha. And again, you're doing a phenomenal job once again. And Kate Murray is not worrying about Anusha running against her. She's going to run against me first, okay? Because we are in the same assembly seat right next to each other. You are I literally pass her house at least 3 or 4 times a day when I'm in town, because that's how you can get out of my development at home. So I'm very familiar with the Zaid household. Of course, Zaid's become such a good friend over the last couple of years, and his family have become very good friends of mine. That's where you think about politics sometimes. It works out great. You do make new friends and make new everyone as a whole. I think everyone, by being here and being involved, you do take up time away from your friends, and away from your family, away from your community. And why? Because you want to make this a better country. You want to make this a better town. You want to help Kate Murray make Hempstead such a great town it is. And that's why we want to thank you for your involvement here, because you're becoming part of the experience, part of the community, part of the American dream. And I think it really has to be encouraged as much as possible. And just to focus on things, when you see what type of great job that Kate Murray's done in the town of Hempstead financially, it's in great shape. New York State's not in good shape. And we've had to make a lot of cuts over the last couple of years, and I think there were a lot of bad decisions which were made, and I think we're trying to recover from that. I think we're on the right track. We've had made a lot of cuts, a lot of changes, and it's not easy to get through times like this, but I think really working together, we're going to be able to do that and really progress from here on in. Just like, in my own personal life, it gets a little bit geographically confusing, because they also do to us every 10 years. Every 10 years the census comes out, and we get redistricted. And what happened to me a few weeks ago is that I lost 90% of my current assembly district. So it's going to be interesting. It's like running as a new candidate all over again. But I used to represent the areas of New Hyde Park and Garden City Park and Mignol, the Wilsons, and Belmar and Merrick. I lost all those areas. And now we'll be representing mostly East Meadow, Levittown, Plainridge, and Massapequa. So, the great thing about this business too is every day is a new adventure. You never know where it's going. But at the end of the day, you just have to keep in mind you're there to go and help people out and help them one bit at a time. And when you do that, you really are a success. So again, I want to thank everyone for being here today. Anusha, start rehearsing for running after me. You're doing a great job. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone again soon. Thank you.
Next, I just want to call Mr. Sayed again. Say a few words.
She works in the county also. Sunita Manjakar, Director of Social Services. I'm sorry, I apologize for that. And I also like to recognize some of the people who are here, like our photographer, official photographer from the town, but he's not on the, hours on the town. He's donating his time to us. Thank you, Tony. And I also like to recognize Sammy Eckel is here, Sammy, and Adam, who's outside helping me out, and Christopher, Kathy, all of them. Thank you so much for all your support and help. I like to call my good friend Chandi to come here. Please, Chandi, join me here. And I would request also to the Supervisor Kate Murray to join us. And after this, say a few words again. So, let's come here. Well, today we raised $22,770, so almost $23,000 for Supervisor. And this is a sign of that we love Supervisor you. And this is almost $23,000 from our community to you, the job you do. So thank you so much again.